Hello and welcome to Gunning to Old Trafford with your host Ibi and the main man Shady. For Gasant's benefit, Abdul is also referred to as Shady, the real Slim Shady.
Not as shady as it, but yeah.
So again, like we had Gasant in the previous segment, giving us his top 11. A real honor to have Gasant Abarder with us. Media and marketing professional, avid Manchester United fan, but also a big supporter of grassroots football, and particularly, he's doing a lot of work in girls football with the SHE-BOBO festival that's going to be held over this coming weekend. And I just want to get the dates right, Gasant. Is it over the Saturday and the Sunday, or?
It's just the Saturday, the 22nd of October. We're at the end of a long local football season, and we just want to have a vibe,
Yeah, like
And remember, these are under 8 and under 10 children, girls. So we want to have a one-day event for them,
brilliant. Love that. So, I mean, now that we have this, some of this context around the SHE-BOBO festival, I'm going to hand over to Shady, who himself is a coach. Yeah. Involved in grassroots football here in Vereeniging, part of SAFA, and also runs a few clubs on his own. So I'm going to hand over the discussion to Abdul, Shady, and Gasant to take us through what it is, to look at development, grassroots football, and then dive into the SHE-BOBO festival.
Wow, Gasant, when people talk about development, I get so excited. So I have a program which I run. With a very talented partner of mine, Rashid Danka, called Precision Football. And this is a fine motor skill, gross motor skills program from the age of 3 to about 10 years old through football. So we do all of these gross motor skills, fine motor skills, but with a soccer ball, right? And obviously trying to score a goal. And Gasant is a development coach, and I'm sure you as well. The real aspect is the education of coaches. We don't have much education with our coaches. And this here leads to us coaches and most coaches pushing these lads and these ladies so hard at a tender age. And this is what I really fight about. And I really have a strong opinion about it. I mean, at a tender age of 8 and 10 years old, it's not about winning, And people forget that these are only kids. So how's it going on your side? You are with the girls team, Banyana. You mentioned Desiree Ellis. I love her. I like to meet her one day. When we come and visit you in Cape Town one day, please get the lady. I have so much respect what she's done for South African ladies football. And just take us through that in your journey.
Yeah, so maybe through the journey, Gasant, where did it start and how did you end up at the SHE-BOBO festival?
Okay, so it started really with my middle daughter. I've got 3 daughters and a son. My son played in Joburg 2 weeks ago with Western Province Metro Central team.
Brilliant.
During the school holidays. So he's an avid footballer. I'm nowhere near as good. I was nowhere near as good as he is, in my days of play. But I've always been a lover of football. And my middle daughter is very different from the other 2. She likes the unconventional and started kicking balls with the older brother. When she was 4 years old, in grade 00, I think they call it, there was a program called Soccer Stars, and the fine motor skills and all of that. And the coach came over to me and said, you must keep her going with the football because you can see that she's got a love for it and all of that. And then she joined a few clubs, and it was always co-ed, boys and girls, playing with and against boys, and it wasn't ideal. When there was a little bit of a knock, she would take it differently. The coaches used to refer to the guys and the boys and almost ignore that there were girls in the team, So for the last 3 years, we had been looking for an all-girls team, and then we found one. Ironically, at the club where I played my junior football,
Salt River
Blackpool. Salt River Blackpool, they are a community club who can probably least afford to create extra resources for girls football, but they did, to their credit, because they see the value in girls junior football. But when we got there, we signed up, and there was a lack of competitive football. None of the leagues have junior girls football under 8 and under 10.
We don't in our
So
setup at all.
yeah,
There's no girls, yeah.
yeah. So what we did was around the same time, UWC was contributing quite massively. That's where I work as a media and marketing manager. UWC was one of the biggest contributors in terms of players to the national team. In fact, the women's AFCON, the winning team in the final, 5 of the players came from UWC.
Oh, that's brilliant.
In the squad, there were about 11. The assistant coach is the head coach of UWC, Tinasonke Mpuli.
Okay.
So we're a bit of a center up for women's football. And then I started putting the two narratives of my life together, my life with my daughter and my life with my work life. And I said to my colleagues, listen, here's an opportunity to start something really cool for development football. What's in it for us as a university? It's exposing girl children from very indigent communities, some of them, to university life, teaching them other skills and showing them what's possible, that they can become scientists, they can become mathematicians, computer scientists, astrophysicists, but also professional sports people. And that's what we talk about at UWC in terms of development. It's about the best of both worlds, the platform to study at the highest level, world-class educational facility, but to also play at the top level. So apart from a Bafana, the UWC women's team finished 3rd last year in the Hollywood Bets League.
Oh,
they're doing very well this season as well. They've beaten teams like Sundowns and JVW, Janine van Wyck's team.
Yeah.
So this is the kind of elite women's league in South Africa. And last season we won the Varsity Football Cup. And last Sunday we finished runners up in varsity football. So
that's amazing. What a journey.
the university, there's something in the water at UWC when it comes to women's football. And
amazing.
It's been a deliberate strategy as well to invest into the women's game. The head of sport, Mr. Mandla Gagai, will proudly tell everybody who cares to listen that he invests more money in the women's game than the men's game, and that all the women's codes, including football and rugby and hockey and all the other codes, have women coaches, women administrators. It's very, very important to him, And that's what we want to inculcate with SHE-BOBO. So the idea is that the festival on Saturday is a showcase, a mini kind of football tournament, if you like.
Beautiful.
And then from there, from next year onwards, we're going to roll out a full-on league,
Nice.
And have the opportunity for those girls to grow with the university. From under 8 and under 10 to under 12 to under 14 to under 16 into our academy, studying and playing for the university, but on merit.
That's brilliant.
You know, Gasant, in the Val in Johannesburg, we totally forget the development side of the girls' game, and we kind of just forget it and we jump straight into university, because we've got our VUT, Val University of Technology, who was also part of the Varsity Cup. We have Northwest University, Bidvest, Wits, UJ, but there's no development. And this is where I think, Ibrahim, we need to look at. I don't know if Ibrahim told you, Ibrahim has 3 girls as well. So both of Ibrahim's 2 girls are in the precision football program. Similar.
Is this why we're grey? We're going grey.
I think so. So they also in there. So something for us to look at and really bridge that gap between your development and trying to just go elite. For example, 2 weeks ago, I was at trials where we were selecting for the Soncini Games. Now, Soncini Games is Mr. Soncini from Italy and O.R. Tambo from Johannesburg that had a relationship. So once every 2 years, we select as a provincial Gauteng a team to go play in Italy. And I was doing the boys under 15 and I looked across and I promise you we had girls under 15 who couldn't even kick a ball. And everybody's looking at one another and going, but I'm telling you guys, there was no development. These girls never played football in their lives. We can't just forget about that big gap and just expect them to play at the highest level. So what you're doing is much needed in Gauteng, and big ups to you, man, because a lot of people, especially in
look,
Gauteng, we forget about the girl side of the game, you know?
Yeah, I think what you're saying is quite important. It's not just a Val problem; it's a national problem.
Through that.
It's a nice problem to have, though, because when you start creating the platforms, the corporates get excited, but also the families. I've had phone calls since we launched or announced the fact that this festival is starting. The launch will, in fact, be on Saturday, you know, with a football festival. But since we announced, I've had phone calls from Camps Bay to Khayelitsha, to Durbanville, to Mitchell's Plain, people coming to see me in my office, trying to track me down. How do we get my daughter involved? She's an avid player, but she's playing in a boys' team. You know, the same narrative. I've had somebody from the US contacting me to make a donation to a club who needed boots. Some of the participating clubs. So my daughter is going to be playing on Saturday. She's been the face of the She's been the face of SHE-BOBO at UWC. In terms of the marketing, we've got some big partners on board like Coca-Cola Peninsula Beverages, Nando's, brother Riaz Ahmed.
Yeah, big
Liverpool fan.
Yeah.
He's supplying all the food. KFM is our media partner. You know, so we've got fantastic people. There's also a company, Johannesburg-based company, who's sponsoring kits for the next 3 years. Small company. But with a big heart, you know, they're called Apex IT. They're based in Joburg, and they're sponsoring 280 kits that the clubs will keep.
It's amazing.
And we will refresh it every season, you know, so that the girls, when they grow up, their bodies get bigger, the kits must match, you know.
100%.
But to come back to your point about making this a national thing, we want to reach out to the universities all over the country, to WITS, to VUT, to Northwest, to TUX, to all of them, and say, can you take our blueprint and run with it? Let's inspire young girls to be all they can be. And you know what? Maybe I'm biased towards girls footballers, but when I watch them in training, the girls listen. They're less selfish. They train better. My daughter went to Blackpool. She was only able to kick right, and she used to run around the ball so that she can kick it. A few short weeks after she started, she was able to use both feet.
Brilliant.
And you can see now it comes naturally, you know.
Gasant, just to add, when you say a girl really picks up so quick. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable.
And I mean, it's not just, we're just seeing it on grassroots level. I mean, if you have to look at our footballing on national level, on a national level as well, Banyana has, you know, brought recent success to the country with the AFCON win. And, you know, the women's football is really on an up in South Africa. And I think this is the right momentum to start this grassroots and start this development so that we build the football stars of the future within the women's game. So really like.
I have a surprise for both of you guys. So since we're talking of this, and next year, Gasant, myself and Ibrahim will be joining you guys for the SHE-BOBO Festival in Cape Town with the girls team. We're going to make it our point, Ibrahim. We're going to work on girls, not only boys. And we have already a few girls which we can already work on. And we're really going to work on our side. And we're going to make SHE-BOBO Festival a huge success.
A national festival.
A national festival. You've got our
That's
support.
Exciting.
You've got our buy-in. And I promise you, we will be representing Johannesburg next year in Cape Town.
I love it.
And hopefully the following year, you guys come.
Bring it on. You know, so what we're giving the clubs as well, we're supplying all the transport, the food, the beverages, hydration. The clubs take the kids home. And then we've got a 2-day workshop for the coaches as well. It's called Coach the Coaches by Premier Skills, which is a partnership between the British Council and the Premier League. And they're one of our partners as well.
That's amazing.
So So the coaches will come in from tomorrow morning and Friday morning, and they'll get the full-on coaching experience, 7v7 for junior football. That's so exciting.
Wow, Cape Town. I need to visit you guys in Cape Town. Things are happening in Cape Town. Things are happening in Cape Town. Brilliant. I'm so wow.
So Gasant, just two things maybe before we wrap up. One, you know, if we had to move 10 years into the future, where does Gasant Abarder see SHE-BOBO Festival growing into, and the future of girls football in South Africa?
Look, I want to see how Saturday goes first before I put my foot in my mouth. But yeah, like my wish is for this model to be replicated all over the country, where we tie in kind of tertiary institutions with community clubs, and we create a pipeline not only for football, but for women leaders.
Yeah.
The next generation of leaders. So I don't want to be involved anymore, but I want to be able to, in 10 years' time, look back and say, wow, because I'm going to be 54 in 10 years' time. And I would like to be able to tell my daughter, you know what? 10 years ago, you were playing in that, and Daddy created this league for you.
Oh, amazing!
And that's what it means to you, is to grab your opportunities and make use of them, and just to teach those values. You know, with my own family, like if you want to do something, do it properly and do it big. You know, but if you and many a times when people approach these things, it's about. They worry about the money and the sustainability of the thing, which is, of course, important. But working for a university just gives you the freedom to not have the commercial value of the thing being your primary focus. We're actually involved in community engagement work, social development, graduate employability, social justice. You know, it's about bringing these communities from all over Cape Town together, you know, to play football, the beautiful game that we all love, you know. So that's where I want to see it, like a full-on feeder league into the big time, you know.
Oh, that's brilliant, and I really love that vision. And you know, you can count on Gunning to Old Trafford team to support you throughout this journey. And Gasant, to any of the viewers that would like to maybe get involved or find out more information about the SHE-BOBO Festival, or if they'd like to get in touch, you know, who can they contact and how can they get in touch to maybe support the initiative and get involved with SHE-BOBO Festival, whether it's, you know, for this weekend or, you know, even for a more long-term sort of relationship?
So my first call to action is for everybody who lives in Cape Town to come down to the UWC Sports Stadium on Saturday from 8:30. That's when the opening ceremony starts. We've got some surprises in terms of entertainment. But the main entertainment obviously is going to be the girls. We've got some amazing prizes to give away as well. And there's going to be the best food trucks that you can imagine. You know what Cape Town food is like.
Oh, yes.
So from 8:30 at the UWC Stadium, and that's the main campus in Bellville. And then anybody who wants to reach out to me, whether you're a community club wanting to get started in girls football, we can advise. If you're looking for support, if you want to find out more about the university, you can visit www.uwc.ac.za, or you can contact me directly via email. That is gabarder, GABARDER @uwc.ac.za. But you can put that.
We'll put it into the comments.
Ibrahim and Shady.
Definitely.
Yeah. And please, let's talk girls football, especially, and women's football, because that's where my passion is, you know.
100%. Gasant, really love this session.
Wow.
Abdul, I know
amazing.
I need to hold Shady down here.
Come to Cape Town this weekend, man. Can we not go to Cape
Town?
Come.
Let's come.
Maybe we can fly.
I will host you guys.
I'm just so excited, and Gasant, like you, I share this deep desire of development, and I mean, big up to you, man. Wow.
You can sleep in the man cave.
Oh, why not? No. But I promise you, we are behind you all the way.
Thank you, guys.
I'm actually on Saturday going to start with our girls team and get them ready. And yeah, I'm so excited. It's been a pleasure, Gasant. It's been an absolute pleasure.
No, thanks,
And-
guys. I had a lot of fun.
Yeah, thank you so much, and we hope the festival goes
best.
fantastically well. All the best for the weekend, and please keep us updated. And Gunning to Old Trafford, like I said, we're behind you, and we're happy to shed more of a spotlight on the SHE-BOBO festival and girls football
And
in
I think
general.
it would be
So
good. We're going to push it a bit this weekend on the
On our
Instagram
socials.
page. Is that okay? Your socials. We're going to
That's
get the
perfect,
word out
perfect.
there. Get the Cape Town people there, and really do it for our girls. And yeah, they just need that little push start.
brilliant, guys! Please, please reach out to Gasant. Reach out to us if you want to find out more information. We can definitely connect you with the right people, and support the SHE-BOBO festival in Cape Town on Saturday. I just want to get the dates right. I think it's the 22nd.
22nd.
Saturday, 22nd October, 8:30 at the UWC campus in
Bellville.
Bellville.
Bellville, yeah.
Yeah.
Correct. The
Please
school
head down and
stadium.
support the festival.
We call it the operation room because that's where we operate on our opponents. So.
Okay.
Brilliant stuff. Gasant, thank you so much for joining us. And as usual, to our viewers, we love your interactions. Please jump into the comments field. Let us know what you think, and if you'd like to get in touch with Gasant.
Yeah.
And on that, on 3, 2, 1, we are gunning to Old Trafford.
Gunning to Old Trafford.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Bye-bye.
guys.
For tonight's match.
Bye-bye.